Just 2 weeks ago, a massive change occurred in Fannie Mae's lending guidelines when it comes to multifamily real estate. In this video, we're going to review what these are and how they make it significantly easier to become a prospective landlord, benefiting both from investing in real estate and home ownership. If you want to stay up to date on all things Brooklyn real estate, then subscribe to this channel for more informative content like this. As of November 18th, Fannie Mae rolls out a 5% down payment program for multifamily properties, now allowing loan-to-value ratios up to 95%. Previously, borrowers had an LTV limit of 85% on 2-unit properties and 75% on 3 to 4 unit properties. This is now completely gone, and Fannie Mae is offering 5% down to 4 units. And this comes at the perfect time with interest rates getting really high at 7.6% recently. An extremely high cost of debt makes investing a lot more expensive. So now being able to come to the table with less money to buy property makes it even easier for prospective landlords to get into these types of deals. Before we jump into the requirements of this program, I would like to review why this is so important. The only thing previously available to something similar like this has been the FHA loan in the past, but this is severely limited compared to the new 5% down conventional lending with Fannie Mae. And this is because with the FHA, to get the 3.5% down on 4-unit properties, they first had to pass a self-sufficiency test. And this is where 75% of the rental income had to cover and exceed the mortgage payment. And this was according to the market rents approved by a hired appraiser who included a vacancy factor in his rates. And with current interest rates and property values, there is an extremely low inventory of properties that would qualify for the self-sufficiency FHA test that are on the market. However, with the 5% down conventional loan, it is much easier to qualify since you don't have to pass this type of test. Now, looking at the requirements for a new multifamily home, the maximum loan amount you can receive is $1,396,800, which significantly expands the pool of properties available to investors, including more expensive and luxurious homes across the United States. As for Brooklyn, you can definitely still find 4-unit properties, which we will do today, but with the average home price of $1.6 million, it is a little more difficult. As we talked about with FHA, how 75% of the rental income had to be greater than the monthly mortgage payment, this 5% conventional down actually lets you use the rental income to qualify for your mortgage, which is shown right here. With it now being easier to get into home ownership and even earning rental income, people can start building equity for themselves while adding an additional revenue stream to their income. So how much money would you need to bring to closing to close on a 4-unit property with these new guidelines? With the max loan amount being a little under $1.4 million, and you would be coming to the table with 5% of the purchase price as your down payment, we'll say that we'll be buying a $1.4 million property. So this would be one of the most expensive 4 units you could buy in your market, since the down payment would be $70,000 and then your total loan amount would be about $1,330,000. So yes, your loan amount could be $50,000 more, but for the sake of having easy numbers, this is what we're going to work with. And your closing costs are usually 3 to 6%. The higher your purchase price, usually the more you would have to bring. So we'll do 4% as the closing costs, and this would be $53,800. So putting your down payment and what you have to bring to the closing together, you would at most have to bring a little under $125,000 to the table to close on a 4-unit multifamily property for yourself. And once again, this is the most expensive according to the max loan guidelines. So you could even do this if you're in a market that allows you to with less money to closing. So with the ability to bring less money to the table, prospective owner landlords are able to buy these types of properties and even offset their mortgage payments with the rental income from the other 3 units. So we're going to look for a 4-unit property that you can buy in the Brooklyn market that you either make money or covers your mortgage payments. So after looking for a while, the first property I found was this 4-unit apartment building for $1.3 million in Crown Heights. Of its its units, it had 2 3-bedrooms, and this is the median rent in Crown Heights. It had 1 2-bedroom and 1 1-bedroom. So putting these rents together and not including the 1-bedroom that you would be living in, we're just using that for purposes that you'll see later, your gross income would come out to $10,350 a month. So if we now look at the mortgage costs of this property with a $1.3 million purchase price, 5% down payment, 7.4% interest rate, decent credit score. These were this year's property taxes at $2,741 and a higher PMI because we are putting less than 20% down. Our total monthly payment would come out to $9,829. Subtracting that from the gross income, and we get a cash flow of $521 a month, or $6,252 a year. Now, to own a 4-unit property in Brooklyn that is going to appreciate and you're going to receive tax benefits on and earn $520 a month versus living in the same space and renting for the cost of $2,600 a month to money that you will never see again. So these are the benefits of utilizing the 5% down multifamily conventional loans, and I would heavily advise of taking advantage of this. So I hope you learned a lot from today's video recapping the new multifamily lending guidelines for Fannie Mae, where you could only put 5% down to buy 4-unit properties as of November 18th. In this video, we went through what changed, the requirements to these guidelines, why it is so important, compared it to the FHA loan, and even explained how much money you would need to close on one of these types of properties, as well as provided an example of such. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe and like the video so I know what type of content to continue making. If you are looking to buy this type of property in the Brooklyn market, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is listed in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching.